June 10th, 2026. We're here this evening for a joint public hearing of the Methuen City Council and Community Development Board in the Great Hall at the Searles Building at 41 Pleasant Street in Methuen, Mass. I'll start the roll call on our end for the City Council.
Councillor Marsan?
Here.
Councillor Pesh is once again on a family vacation. Councillor Santos?
Present.
Councillor Samard?
Here.
Councillor Valley?
Present.
Councillor DeZoglio? Councillor Drew?
Here.
And myself, Councillor McLaren, present. Chair Soto?
Present.
I'd like to call to order the regular scheduled meeting for the Community Development Board as part of the public hearing with the City Council. Mr. Hunter, would you call the roll?
Stephen DeFeo, absent. William Forbes?
Yeah, I'm online.
Oh, he is there, okay. Ron Hatem is absent. Neil Hunter is present. Shadi Casas? Here. And Heather Plunkett.
Here.
And acting chair, Mr. Comey.
Here. Thank you. Okay, I would like to read the legal notice into the record. Legal notice, City of Methuen. Notice is hereby given that the Methuen City Council and Community Development Board will hold a joint public hearing on June 10th, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. in the Great Hall, 3rd floor, Searles Building, 41 Pleasant Street, Methuen, Mass., and via Zoom web conference with all parties interested pursuant to the authority conferred by Chapter 40A of the General Laws for a proposed amendment to the Methuen zoning map to rezone a portion of 0 Arcadia Street, Assessors Map 1111-108-355, from its present designation as a single-family residence RD to neighborhood business BN. The proposed zoning amendments are available for review by appointment in the Community Development Office, Suite 217 of the Searles Building, 41 Pleasant Street, Methuen, Mass., or on the City of Methuen website, www.cityofmethuen.net/community-development-board. Signed, Neely Soto, Chair of the Methuen City Council, and Stephen F. DeFeo, Jr., Chairman, Community Development Board.
Thank you. I will accept a motion from the councilors to accept TO 26-12, an ordinance to amend the Methuen Comprehensive Zoning Map to rezone a portion of 0 Acadia Street, 1111-108-355 from its present designation as single-family residence RD to neighborhood business. That's to accept the agenda that we have this evening. Thank you, Councilor Samard, seconded by Councilor Santos. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Okay, would the applicant come up and start his presentation? Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Mark Johnson from Johnson & Bornstein. I represent the owner of the property, K&K Realty Trust, and their representative is here as well. And Ian Ainsley, who from Miser Bren, is the site engineer. And we're happy to present tonight my request for an amendment to the zoning map. I have a short PowerPoint that may be easy to look at and look at a large plan that people will be pointing at, but I guess we'll find out when I get done. The property that we're seeking to rezone is at 0 Arcadia Street. It's the crosshatched area on the plan, and it contains about 2,750 square feet. The property to the right on the plan is 298 Merrimack Street. It has an existing liquor store that my client operates. My client also owns the property at 0 Acadia, which is vacant, and the portion that we're looking to change the zoning on is vacant, and he owns the house that's next to it as well. The background is that K&K Realty seeks to rezone 2,750 square feet, taking it from 8 Arcadia, which is an RD district, to a neighborhood business district. It'll then be combined with 298 Merrimack Street. My client's intent is to redevelop 298 Merrimack Street into a modern store, and I'll take you through what their thoughts are, keeping in mind that this is the first step. This is not an approval for a project, but this allows us to seek approvals for the project. The 298 Merrimack Street is where the existing liquor store is. Zoning-wise, it is not in conformity. It's a pre-existing non-conforming lot, both as to shape and as well as buildings and setback requirements. The VP Arcadia Street is a portion of Zero. Arcadia is a portion of that, and what we're looking to do is take a portion and add it to 298 Merrimack Street. And this gives you an idea as to what the current configuration of the lot is. The planned improvements would be to raise the existing building and erect a new modern liquor store facility on the site. It'll be a new commercial building. We've also planned to put on a fair amount of green space, plantings. This is what the building currently looks like. And these are renderings for the new building we'd like to put onto the site. After the rezoning, each parcel would conform with zoning, and the new construction would be in conformity with zoning as well. It would make for a much safer layout of the site, both in terms of flow of traffic and access to and from the site. And this is what the plan would look like if the rezoning is allowed, and gives you some idea of what we're proposing, or what we will be proposing in terms of screening, both for the house that's on the other portion of Zero Arcadia, as well as a parcel in the back that's owned by a third party. And the parcel in the back is 7 Ames. My client has had some discussions, I understand, with that owner, but has not had a lot of discussions, but we expect to engage with that property owner during the planning board process if the zoning is approved. And again, this is the first step. We know we still have to go to planning, but if we can't get the rezoning, then the project that we think makes sense on this site, we would not be able to go forward with. And we think in terms of benefits to the city, it redevelops a parcel that is not in very good shape. It will certainly increase the tax revenue with a larger building. We believe it'll be a benefit to the area. And again, it allows for safer use of the property moving forward. Happy to answer any questions.
Any questions from the councilors? Councilor Marsan.
I really don't have a question. I have a comment.
Comment.
Comment that I own. I think we should rezone this parcel. He's looking for a 30 by 90 piece of residential to move it to commercial to square off his lot. This is what we're looking for. We're looking for a revitalization of a building there. We've all driven by this building hundreds of times. We all know it's sad. It needs some attention. And these guys are willing to reinvest in our city and put up a new building. This is just what we're looking for to help our Merrimack Street corridor. So I just hope we can all see the light that they're only asking a little bit from us to take this 30 by 90 parcel and make it commercials out of residential so that they can put the building up that they want. So, thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions, comments, or Councilor Samard?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to thank the board for their diligence here in the zoning and being transparent, because other communities aren't as transparent and we do things the right way. So it's much appreciated. I did go by there. The current building looks like something you'd see at Salisbury Beach back in the 70s. So that building is definitely an improvement to that area, and it's all, primarily commercial. The only thing I would ask, and not that I'm asking that it's contingent upon my vote, because I am a yes vote, is that you would employ some local young adults that that could stock the shelves, what have you, in the near future, and employ some of the local kids there. That's all I would ask. So thank you.
Thank you, Councilor. Any other questions, comments, concerns? I have a question, if that's okay. On that lot, there's currently like a very small psychic building. In this design, because I still see the box there, will that be gone? Yes, sir. Thank you. Or is it remaining?
Talking about this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that will be gone.
That will be gone. Okay, thank you.
Unless for some reason you want us to keep it.
Oh, no. I was just curious. Unless they do good service. Maybe I should check them out. Thank you. Thank you, sir, for humoring me. Okay, so if there's no further questions, I'll pass it on to...
Any questions from the Community Development Board? Ms. Plunkett?
My question is, you mentioned that there is an abutter at 7 Ames Street, is that correct?
That's correct.
And did you say you didn't have any feedback
There
from
were some
them?
very preliminary conversations, and and they're going to get notice of the planning board meeting, or community development meeting, so I'm assuming we'll have further conversations.
Okay, all right, I was just curious. All right, thank you.
But we are proposing screening.
Screening so that they're not backing
Yeah,
up
it's
against the
actually
commercial
shown on, I
property.
think, the slide that's up, some thoughts we have on screening.
Okay.
Anything else from the Community Development Board? From the office?
Yeah, Mr. Chair and Ms. Chair. I do want to point out that this actually will not come before the Community Development Board because it is less than 5,000 square
Okay.
feet in size, but it will need to go to the zoning board for some side and rear setbacks.
Okay,
So
thank you.
just to clarify the board, that
I will
we'll be
take that back.
reviewing it.
If we have
Yes,
to go
the
before
zoning
zoning, the abutter will get notice there, yeah.
So, thank you.
Any more questions? Okay. With that, turn it back over to council.
Thank you. So if there are no further questions, I could, did you have something to say, Counselor? Oh, yeah. Is there any public participation in the audience regarding to this matter? Thank you, Counselor. Imagine I closed the meeting without doing that. Oof. It's my first time with you. Thank you. So seeing none, we'll move on. Counselor, did you have something to ask or say? Okay. Thank you. All right. With that being said, I can close our side of the meeting, if that's okay with you all. Okay. So I'll take a motion to end the council side of our meeting with community development, because they'll stay after. Motion by Counselor Drew, seconded by Counselor McLaren. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Did you say no?
No.
Okay. Okay, motion carries.
Thank you
Thank you,
very
sir.
much.
Thank you for coming this evening. Thank you for...
All right. The Community Development Board take a motion to take a 5-minute recess so that the council can systematically leave.
I'll make the motion.
And a motion by Ms. Plunkett.
I'll second it.
Second by Mr. Cassis. Roll call.
Mr. Forbes?
Yes, I'm good.
Mr. Comey?
Yes.
Mr. Hayden is absent. I'm a yes. Mr. Cassis?
Yes.
And Ms. Plunkett?
Yes.
Okay, the motion is, I will take a 5-minute recess. Thank you. Meeting back to order. We can pick up with item number 4, acceptance of meeting minutes. I think in your packet or email to you were meeting minutes for December 10th, 2025, and May 13th, 2026.
I'll make the motion that we accept the minutes from December 10th, 2025, and May 13th, 2026.
I'll second the motion.
I have a motion by Ms. Plunkett, a second by Mr. Hunter. Roll call, please.
Mr. Forbes?
I approve.
I'm a yes. Mr. Cassis?
Yes.
Ms. Plunkett?
Yes.
And Chair Comey?
Yes.
5-0.
Unanimous. The consent agenda?
There's nothing on the consent agenda.
Zoning issues. So we just had the joint public hearing with the city council, so any comments or concerns, questions regarding the rezoning of 0 Arcadia Street?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to recommend to city council to accept the rezoning for 0 Arcadia Street.
I'll second it.
I have a motion by Mr. Hunter, second by Mr. Castus, to send a favorable favorable recommendation to the city council for the rezoning of 0 Arcadia Street. I'll take a roll call.
I'd like to make a comment. If I could.
Oh, go ahead, any discussion?
Yeah, just to really put a positive on the motion. This is exactly the kind of development we would have been hoping for and continue to see at, 8 years now that we've tried to focus on Merrimack Street as a city. So this is really encouraging to see that, the superette is going to stay there and expand.
Any other comments?
No, I drove down there myself, and I agree with Council Moss, and it's going to be a big plus if that gets cleaned up.
Thank you. Okay, I have a motion and a second. I'll take a roll call.
Mr. Forbes?
Yes.
I'm a yes. Mr. Cassis?
Yes.
Ms. Plunkett?
Yes.
And Chair Comey?
Yes, unanimous.
5-0.
Zero. Thank you. Okay, the next item on the agenda is Form A plans.
There are no Form A plans tonight.
Number 8 would be the continued public hearing for 11 Cross Street.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we have a letter from the applicant stating that I requesting a continuance of the hearing for 11 Cross Street to July 8th, 2026. Just to give the board an update, the applicant is still working with the Conservation Commission to determine the wetland line and then the appropriate buffer zone from that wetland line. So the next Conservation Commission meeting is June 18th. So there was we're not ready to come back to us yet. So we will see where they are on July 8th.
Thank you. The chair will entertain a motion to table 11 Cross Street to July 8th.
So moved.
A motion by Ms. Plunkett,
I'll second it.
second by Mr. Cassis, to table the 11 Cross Street site plan to our next meeting on July 8th. Any discussion? Mr. Hunter, would take the roll, please.
Mr. Forbes?
Yes.
I'm a yes. Mr. Cassis?
Yes.
Ms. Plunkett?
Yes.
And Chair Comey?
Yes, unanimous.
5-0.
The next item on the agenda is new business.
We do not have any new applications for for July 8th. We do have a plan to endorse. So we have 147 Pleasant Valley Street, which is the hotel. I don't actually have them in hand tonight, but they have submitted them via email, and we've reviewed them, and they'll be bringing the Mylars in tomorrow for signature by the chair. So to update the board on that, one of the conditions of approval, as you may recollect, was to come up with a final sidewalk design for their frontage, connecting across the street and then connecting to the sidewalk that's at Summit Place. So they have submitted those plans, final plans, and they're for final review by Kevin Dandrade from TEC, the board's consultant, and by the engineering department. So they're fully compliant with that requirement.
Thank you. So the chair will entertain a motion to authorize the chairman to endorse the plans for 147 Pleasant Valley Street.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Plunkett.
Second.
Second by Mr. Cassis to authorize the chair to sign the plans of Pleasant Valley Street. Any discussion? Mr. Hunter, would you take the roll?
Mr. Forbes?
Yes.
I'm a yes. Mr. Cassis?
Yes.
Ms. Plunkett?
Yes.
And Chair Comey?
Yes. Unanimous? Anything else under new business?
One additional thing, we have the bond release for 65 Haverhill Street. That's the Aroma Joe's. And we were just holding a final bond for the completion of landscaping and a post and rail fence. So those items have been completed. So I would just like the board to vote to release the final bond held for 65 Haverhill Street, Aroma Joe's.
How much is the bond?
Sorry, but I was with Mike and I forgot to grab it. It's about, say, $20,000. I can run and get the amount if we need it. But it's about-
That's good enough. That's good
Thank
enough.
you, sorry.
Okay, so the chair will entertain a motion to release the bond for Aroma Joe's on 65 Haverhill Street.
So moved.
Second it.
I have a motion by Ms. Plunkett, a second by Mr. Cassis to release the bond for 65 Haverhill Street, the Aroma Joe's. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Forbes?
Yes.
I'm a yes. Mr. Cassis?
Yes.
Ms. Plunkett?
Yes.
And Chair Comey?
Yes. Unanimous?
And
Anything else under new
So
business?
I think I just was reminded to give the board an update on 2 grants that we applied for at the beginning of June. One for looking at the zoning on Merrimack Street. So we've talked about Merrimack Street for a long time. We received a grant from the state during COVID to look at the streetscape and the businesses and how to revitalize or continue to keep that area going. And so we wanted to build on that. So we put in a grant, we won't hear about it until November, to hire Emily Innes, who did the first project and who worked on the MBTA communities with the board. So I know we're all familiar with her. And she has a economic development team. So the idea is to examine the existing businesses, the existing residential uses, the MBTA community housing working group. We had spent a lot of time looking at that Merrimack Street corridor as a potential multifamily zone, but it didn't fit into MBTA community parameters, but it is a good location for some mixed use. So we're excited and hope that we will get this grant. The first step, again, is just a study to see what's there, what could be, what types of zoning could be put in place. And then part 2 for a second grant would be, another year, would be creating a new zoning and design guidelines for that district. So that's one of the grants. And the second grant is to look at sidewalks on Pleasant Valley Street. Again, a planning grant starting at Colonial Village, continuing along so Independence Drive, continuing past the hotel all the way to the Loop. and that will connect two of our MBTA community zones, one at Colonial Village, one at the Loop, and would provide much-needed pedestrian access along that stretch. So again, the first year is a planning grant, planning and design and engineering, and if we're successful, then moving on for a second grant application for the actual construction. So 2 planning grants that we've put in for hopefully this coming year's work. Just wanted to let everyone know.
Thank you. The next would be old business.
There is no old business.
Correspondence?
No additional correspondence.
Okay, that leaves one thing left. Adjournment.
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
A motion and a second. Ms. Plunkett and Mr. Cassis to adjourn.
Mr. Comey,
Yes.
I'm sorry.
That's fine, I'll go first. That's yes.
Mr. Forbes.
Yes.
Mr. Hunter is a yes. Mr. Cassis.
Yes.
Ms. Plunkett.
Yes.
Okay, unanimous. Okay, the Community Development Board will close the meeting at 7:05.